Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Weekly Spark. The theme for the month of March is the hare, and I was pinning a bunch of things on the Pinterest page for students, followers, for anybody who wants to participate along. I was captivated by this guy. This was a color photograph, and I did print it out in black and white. I think that I just want this large, clear, captivating picture of the hare to be my focal for this first page, especially with a chance to add some color back in here, use like a white gel pen to bring out the whites, to get some marks in it of my hand, even though I'm using the reference image, even though I'm collaging in the actual image. So, especially that golden eye, because hares do have that golden color in their eyes. So with all of the hair association with the moon, all I could think about was having a big circle of the moon as if it was resting right here, kind of supported by those ears. So I think this page is going to be relatively simple, but for me, very satisfying to do. I'm going to use watercolors in the background and go with dark blues and purples in that nighttime sky kind of vibe. I'm going to cut this guy out so that when I can collage it into the page, and then once that's dry, I want to go back into it with some mark making materials. A word about the watercolors that I'm going to use today. I have some Daniel Smith in my regular palette. I have a dark indigo, I have an ultramarine blue, and I have moon shadow, which is a muted purple and kind of granulates and breaks really nicely. But I also have a small palette of beam paints. Beam paints are made by a Native American company in Canada. They are all Indigenous made. There's no plastic involved. They're in kind of waxed papers. Everything is biodegradable. They're all handmade, and as you can see in this swatch here, many of them are really, really metallic and fabulous iridescent. So this wintry night is one that I definitely want to use, maybe even a little orca. And I'll put information on them in the comments. Check them out, support a small business. They're fantastic paints. They're a pleasure to work with. No, I don't get any compensation from them. I just really like supporting. So does Avalon. She likes supporting small business. I'm going to go ahead and hit this with the heat gun because this is close to the end of this spiral book. The pages folded underneath are pretty warped, and it's hard to get this to sit flat. So I am getting some puddling. So I'm going to I just want to get that kind of resolved and then see if I want to put on another layer to darken things up or to give it some movement. I like that intensity better. and I still have some of the movement going on. So let's dry that one more time, and then we can go on to the next step. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. I don't want to draw, especially not with gel pen, on top of this paper when it's still a little damp. I want to have that all the way dry before I draw on it so I don't risk tearing it. So I will finish this a little bit later, but I'll take this opportunity now to say that if you want to take the opportunity to like this video or subscribe to this channel, that is always very much appreciated. That I have weekly Spark art journaling content coming out once a week, usually on Wednesdays, and that for this month there will definitely be more pieces involving the hare, since that's the motif we're going to take our inspiration from. So please feel free to do all those YouTube things. I greatly appreciate it, and settle back to watch the rest of this page unfold. Also, hope to see you next week for another episode of Weekly Spark.